What's poppin', YouTube family? It's your boy Dwight. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Now, today's video is a tag video from my boy Dedrick Hicks Jr. Information on the screen. Smell good, family. He came up with a unique topic to come up with 10 fragrances that are backup bottle worthy. And I'd like to give you my 2 cents. Keep it locked. Well, let's get down to business. Today's video, like I stated before, is going to be 10 fragrances that are backup bottle worthy. Now, true enough, within my collection, I haven't really started collecting many backup bottles because I'm always on to the next one, kind of stuck in that rabbit hole between a few designers here and there and mostly niche stuff, because I would have to say when it comes to niche offerings, they seem to be a whole lot more creative versus keep coming up with the same DNA and just tweaking it just a little. But I got 10 for y'all. First up, Dior Sauvage Elixir. This one right here, most definitely backup bottle worthy. My only knock since I've ever had this fragrance is the fact that you only get 60 mils for about that $160 price point. Now I'm led to believe that they have 100 mil for about $215, $220. 60 mil has been just fine for me. Not gonna spend a lot of time on notes in Accords, but I'll give you a brief rundown for this one. Perfect for the winter months, the cooler months. You got nutmeg, cardamom, cinnamon, and grapefruit. And as it dries down, you get some licorice, some ambroxan, and some woods, and a hint of patchouli in there. And of course, lavender within the Dior Sauvage family is very prevalent. But this one here is beast mode when it comes to performance. Pumps up off the skin, nice scent bubble, and a good sillage when you walk away. This one here gets people's attention on a regular basis. And like I said, with the exception of the price point, this one's awesome, backup bottle worthy. Next one. Parfum de Marly Layton. Here, what you have is an oriental scent with a lot of apple in the opening. Very spicy. To me, more suitable for cooler weather. You got apple, lavender, mandarin orange, and bergamot in the opening. As it begins to dry down, the jasmine and the violet peeks his head in there. And then once you get to those base notes, to me, the vanilla and the creamy sandalwood kind of jumps to the forefront. I will definitely have to say fragrances within the Parfum de Marly portfolio are awesome, but this one is one of the most complimented ones for what I'm led to understand. And even though I only have 2 from the house, I definitely plan to get more, and it's definitely backup bottle worthy. Next one. To the house of Roja Parfum is Scandal Parfum Cologne. Now this one right here, super spicy, but this one's more of the formal event type of scent, if you ask me. Not necessarily one that you want to spray on a t-shirt and just be running errands in, or just going to the grocery store, nothing like that. This is one of those important boss fragrances. When you're suited and booted, got your suit on, going to the banquet at your job, things like that. Main course for this one, spicy, fresh. It's a fougere, green and woody. Just to name off some of the attributes of this fragrance. But to me, it's one that on first sniff for this one, it let me be a whole lot more intrigued about the Roja Parfums family of fragrances. And I'm definitely looking forward to getting more. I only have 2 for right now, but I got quite a few on my radar. This one here, backup bottle worthy, and it's been that way since I first smelled it. Next one. We're going to the house of Kilian. And that's Roses on Ice from their Liquors collection. Now this one here is quintessential spring, summer offering. What I get from it is that gin tonic vibe. The main accords for it though is fresh, it's green, floral with some citrus. Quite a bit of aquatic. Top notes are cucumber and lime, to name a few. And then as you dry down, you get some musk, you get some sandalwood. But it's definitely a like a gin tonic type of vibe, if you ask me, even though they don't put necessarily gin as far as the liquor into the note breakdown, but that juniper berry gives you that vibe. When it's warm outside, this thing comes to the forefront. But I've even wore this courtside at a basketball game, and it was definitely turning heads, and definitely got a few compliments based off that fragrance. Backup bottle worthy. I wish actually I've heard that they're about to get ready to make 100 ml bottles of this liquor collection. But right now, from what I know, all they do is have the 60 mils. But when they go to 100 mils, I'll upgrade that to 100 mil because it's backup bottle worthy. Next one. Dior Homme Intense. Probably my favorite iris fragrance that I've smelled thus far. And to me, should be in everybody's collection when it comes to being cold outside, fall and winter time. Every once in a while, on a very, very cool spring night, you can whip this one out. Wouldn't give it too much play in the summer. But if you do, make sure it's a climate-controlled area. Top notes of lavender, iris, ambrette, marshmallow, which you get a little bit of a marshmallow-y vibe, but mostly iris in the mid. A hint of pear, and then as it dries down, it gets woody, and then you get a little bit of earthiness with the vetiver. But this fragrance right here, to me, should be in everybody's collection when it comes to the cooler weather. And it has definitely withstood the hands of time. I'm led to understand it smelled a little different way back, and I believe if it was 2005 or 2008 when the first version of this fragrance actually came out, and then since then they've reformulated and changed a few things, but to me it's still a masterpiece. Backup bottle worthy for sure. Now normally I don't really include very, very many discontinued fragrances in my videos because it's hard for me to recommend them to y'all and y'all can't go right out and get them. I have a couple in this video, and this next one is one, because if I knew what I knew now, I would have been hunting down a backup bottle before it got discontinued. I'm hoping that this fragrance house brings it back, and that house is Bond Number 9 with Bond Number 9 New York Oud. This thing here is an absolute masterpiece. A fragrance that I don't use very often anymore because I'm savoring every drop that's in the bottle. So I use it on special occasions because of it being discontinued. But if they ever bring it back to the market, I will be hunting down a backup bottle as soon as I possibly can because it smells just that good. Top notes woody, actually main accords woody, spicy, floral, oriental, and sweet. But the notes that you get in this one here, you get Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose if I'm not mistaken. You get some oud, you get some saffron, so you get a little bit of that Baccarat Rouge vibe in there. But as it goes on, you get some iris and some honey. The honey is very prevalent. And then with all Bond Number 9 fragrances, the musky dry down is like their signature staple within that house. And some red plum, might I add. And that's in the beginning. That red plum and the rose mixed with that honey drizzled in there. And then with that oud dry down with some iris, man, it's backup bottle worthy. And if I knew what I knew now, I'd have just that, a backup bottle. Next one, probably my second favorite, if not first favorite. I think it's my first favorite, Summer Offering, Mancera, Sicily. Now this one here, awesome. A secret weapon, if you will, when it's hot outside. Now since I've had this fragrance, almost every time I wear it, compliments come rolling in. Main accords for it is citrus, fruity, fresh, floral, and sweet. Top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin orange, peach, apple, and pineapple. Those are the ones that definitely come to the forefront. But if you ask me, almost every fruit ever made is put in this fragrance right here in the opening. And as it dries down, you get a lot of yellow florals with the ylang-ylang and the rose mixing together. But to me, the yellow florals outshine any red or white florals within this fragrance. So it starts off fruity, goes into the mid where it's very floral. And as it dries down, you get a little bit of musk. Awesome scent. One that I feel that there will be some guys that smell it that may think that it's a little bit feminine to them. To me, I don't get that. Because to me, it does something completely different on my skin than it does on my wife's skin. But for the both of us, it works. It just works. Next one. To the House of Mason, Francis Kirkjohn, and that's Oud Satin Mood. Now with this one, what you get, Bulgarian rolls, Turkish rolls, and some oud, basically. There are other notes in there, but those are the ones that actually come to the forefront. And you get a little vanilla in the dry down, but it's basically double doses of rolls with a very, very smooth oud. Nothing like barnyardy about it. Very, very classy scent. So you can wear it to different get-togethers, but it also can transition over to the business meeting when it's cooler outside. A nice banquet, something you want to look nice, Sunday service, wherever you want to go. But one thing I will say about this fragrance, it packs a punch, so you don't have to spray it to death. 4 sprays, 5 if you're really, really feeling froggy, and it will cover you the rest of the night. And you'll smell it in your clothes later on that week. It's some good quality stuff. And the scent oils and stuff that they use for this fragrance is top tier. Second to last. Creed Aventus Cologne. This one here, amazing. A fresher take on the Creed Aventus DNA, for sure. I would have probably put Creed Aventus in this video, but Diedrich put it in his video, so I didn't want to have any redundancy or overlap within this video. But this one right here is right there, top tier. But where Creed Aventus specializes in pineapple, this one has mandarin orange come to the forefront with pineapple kind of sitting in the background. As it begins to dry down, you get a little bit of that vetiver. Some of that ginger definitely gives it a little bit more of a spicy pop in the opening that Aventus don't come with, but it's not as smoky as Aventus, even though it does have birch and styrax in it. To me, I get a little bit more musk on my dry down with the birch and the pineapple kind of lingering around in the background. But this one right here, right now, with it being scorching hot just about everywhere I can think of, you must have you a bottle of that. And I don't have a backup bottle of it yet, but down the road, I think I will get one. I want to venture off into the House of Creed a little bit more and get some of the ones that I don't have, but I will circle back around and get me a backup bottle of that one, because that one there, as you can tell, I've put a major dent in it when I'm ready, feeling froggy and ready to have my outfit match my fragrance's energy. And last but not least, the other discontinued gem that I have in my fragrance collection, and that's Bond Number 9, Bond.com. HTP to some people within the fragrance community. Now this one here is the one that ignited my love for niche perfumery. I walked in Saks Fifth Avenue and smelled that one, and it quickly let me know that there's more to fragrance in the fragrance world than what Dillard's, Macy's, and your rack stores has to offer. It opened my eyes up to niche perfumery, and it's kind of started the snowball effect of me wanting to purchase more niche offerings than designer, because to me, the designer world these days right now, they kind of keep coming out with the same scent DNA over and over and over again with a minor tweak, and then slap that bottle on the counter for those salesmen to bug you to death with it. But this fragrance right here is probably my second favorite fragrance in my entire collection to Aventus, and it teeter-totters with it all the time. I use it extremely sparingly, because of the fact of it being discontinued. From what I know as of right now, you can't find it on the Bond Number 9 website. I haven't seen it at discounters in months, probably about a year. So I will say, if I get the opportunity to get me a backup bottle of that one, I definitely will. The notes in it, just to name a few, you got juniper berry, you got pineapple, and some bergamot. As it dries into the heart, you get some apple and some black currant. It's very, very prevalent, the black currant and apple. And then the signature musk dry down, 4 Bond Number 9 fragrances in there. Awesome. And then one thing about this one, it carries a very nice sillage, and the wind takes it a long way, but your scent bubble lasts a long time. To me, it's like a fruitier version of Creed Aventus without any smoke. There's no smoke. There's not a lot of woods. It's more fruity for the majority of the lifetime of it being on your skin and your clothes, and then with a little bit of the musky signature Bond dry down. But these 10 right here, fellas, I can actually vouch for every one of them and say that, in my humble opinion, they're all backup bottle worthy. But in your collection, especially if you're new to this hobby here, you got to get you at least 2 to 3 out of this 10 and put them in your collection, spend some time with them, and just watch what happens and the reaction that you get when you're around folks. And then, who knows, you may adorn them backup bottle worthy as well. But other than that, that's my time. Peace.